The reason why we call it a pod class is because we are always giving you game. We focus on four major pillars when we think about restoring the people that are listening to this podcast. One, restoring your focus, because a person who doesn't have discipline is a person who cannot get ahead. Restoring your family, having access to a community or a group of people that believe the same thing that you believe and are all committed to one specific goal is important to your strength. Number three, restoring your finances. A broke person can't go nowhere because you need finances to move anything. And number four, restoring your faith. A person without a strong faith or infrastructure in God, it is my belief that you will be lost in this place that we call life. So those four focuses, you'll take your life to the next level. We hope that you get your notepad, your pen, and that every episode will change your life. See you on the inside. Yeah, welcome to the show, y'all. Listen, can y'all hear me loud and clear? Press number one if you can hear me. This is a live pod class. We got the bells and whistles, and as my daughter say,
Y'all need to pay attention.
y'all better pay attention, okay? So press number one if you can hear me loud and clear. I started the other show off, but not all my stuff. That's what I get for not calling my team and wanting to do stuff by myself. But it's cool. So today's show, we're actually going to be talking about the four pillars that if you master these four pillars, they will in fact change your life. And I think it's very important that we look at these four pillars almost not like a what's going on. House of Realist said good afternoon. Facebook user, don't know the name. It just says Facebook user said hello. Hey Jake, what's going on? What's going on? I actually want to put a little bit of emphasis on the four pillars, because if you try to operate life or this world without all four pillars, you're going to find yourself in a very compromising situation. So I want to make sure that we talk about that, and we will be alternating in between this board today because I do want us to focus on a couple of things that's important. So let me switch the audio. Boom. I just want to make sure that y'all can hear me loud and clear. I switched the audio so I can go to the board. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? So there's a couple of things I want to talk about today, especially as we are getting into the holiday spirit. I want to make sure that we are on track to doing whatever we got to do to become the best version that we can. So today's four focuses today are absolutely going to be important. And the first focus is understanding the importance of recentering. Oh, yeah. Ignacio must have been on my board. His favorite color is lime green. Tell him stay off my board. Recentering your focus. The second one today, in case you don't know what a pod class is, that means I'm teaching you real game that you can actually apply to your life. You need to recommit to your family, tribe, or community. I'm going to talk about a little bit about that here in a little bit. Number three, you want to reestablish your finances. And number four, Ignacio said that my voice is down. Am I a little bit louder, y'all? Can y'all hear me now? You need to rebuild your faith. Number four, rebuild faith. These are going to be our four things that we focus on today in today's pod class. In today's pod class, yeah, I had to kind of, I guess, turn up the mic a little bit. That we're going to focus today in today's pod class to ensure that you know exactly what you are doing. So when we talk about the first one, which is focus, when we talk about the first one, which is focus, one of the biggest things that I want us to pay attention to, and I really want us to kind of map out, especially when we talk about recentering our focus, is what exactly are we recentering our focus to do? What exactly are we recentering our focus to be? What exactly are we trying to accomplish? And a lot of our focus has a lot to do with how big of a mountain or a small of a mountain that we're trying to climb, and our ability to believe that we have the capabilities of actually accomplishing that. So for an example, let's go back to the board. When we talk about recentering our focus, right? The biggest thing that we have to understand, especially when we focus on focus, is what exactly are we focusing on? So when we think about it, most cases, it's hard for us to stay focused to something that we think that we can achieve easily. If I feel like I can achieve something quick, or I have a misunderstanding of the effort that it takes to actually accomplish a specific goal, I'm not going to put as much effort, i.e. focus, into it, because I don't think I have to study for it. I don't think that I have to get prepared for it. It's almost like a test, right? If you know you're going to pass the test, you feel like it's easy. You don't spend time mastering the test to study for it. Because why? Because you believe that you're going to what? That you're going to kill it no matter what. This is the problem that a lot of us have, especially when we've been desensitized to the effort it takes to accomplish a goal, because there are so many complimentary trophies given out. And because of social media, it's easy for a lot of people to perpetrate who they are. So it makes you believe that it's easier to accomplish something when we break things down at 5 steps to make 6 figures, 4 steps to make da-da-da. And you start thinking and simplifying and desensitizing yourself to the amount of effort it actually takes to achieve something. That's why our focus is typically off. Does that make sense? So when you understand the concept of focus, you focus more on things that you believe is going to take more of an effort for you to actually accomplish. So when we talk about focus, there's a couple of things I want us to talk about, and I want us to pay close attention to. I want us to pay close attention on your destination. Where exactly are you going, and is it worth whatever you're sacrificing? That's the thing, the destination. Where exactly are you going, and is it worth what you are sacrificing? Destination is key. Because if I do not know where I am going, if I don't believe that I can get there, and if I don't think that it's worth sacrificing a little bit of disdain, discomfort, misfortune, and upsetting, my significant other or my spouse or whomever I'm making mad, if I do not feel like it is doing that or it's worth that, your focus is never going to be on the destination. Because when you're focusing on the destination, all of the pain in between no longer matters. For an example, can I give you an example? So when I was playing basketball, most people do not know, I absolutely despise the gym. Matter of fact, I despised it. I despised the gym so much that,
he needs some milk. Oh, somebody! Oh, he needs some milk.
Yeah, I think I needed some milk because when I thought about working out, I hated it. I hated every bit of it. And I was always first in every run. I was always first when we ran miles. I was always done with my weights first. And a lot of people thought it's because I loved working out for basketball. But the truth be told, I just wanted to get done with it so that I could get back to doing what I love to do, or be on the journey to winning a championship for my team. So my discomfort in practice meant very little when I knew that I had a game on the way, when I knew that we had to win a specific game to get to the playoffs or go to a championship. And the destination of winning a championship was worth the sacrifice of me working out and hurting myself and fighting through pain and fighting through knee injuries and fighting through soreness. It was worth all of that because the destination was worth it. The sacrifice, I believe, was worth the destination. So it was easy for me to focus and be disciplined on the main thing. But the problem that a lot of us have is that when you're unsure, when you're unsure about your destination, your focus is also going to be what? Unclear. Oh, I'm talking and I'm teaching today, and y'all don't want Dr. Jake to teach. I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all don't like me today. I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all don't like me today. I got the equipment. We got noise and stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to make this show better. Do y'all not like me today? Because I'm really dropping gems that I felt like y'all are feeling in your shana now. Your focus will be unclear as long as your destination doesn't have clarity. So if you don't know where you are going, why do you think that all of a sudden you're going to be conscious on watching and studying and being in the classes and taking the courses and listening to your mentor? It doesn't matter how much money you spend in a mentor. It doesn't matter how much money you spend or invest in a course if you're still unsure about where you are headed. You got to be clear on where you are headed because it's going to be easy for you to focus on that. Let me tell you why focusing on your destination is absolutely critical and key to the success of your life. Because if I'm focusing on my destination, on how I want to end up, all of these daily trials of my business, of my life, of my family, the daily trials don't matter as much as long as I'm committed in full to the destination. And in order to be committed in full to the destination, there's a couple of elements to me that I must master in order to be great. Couple of elements. There's a couple of elements. Okay? There's a couple of elements that's important. We're going to go over a couple of them. Okay. So in order for us to focus, we must understand the pillars of focus. What are the pillars of focus that will allow for us to stay on track with our goals? Number one, the first concept that will allow for you to focus is you got to believe in what you're selling. You got to believe in what you're selling. If you cannot close yourself, if you can't outsell your own level of belief to you, there is no way you're going to get other people to believe in you, right? If you can't believe in what you are selling, how is it that somebody else is going to buy from you? Now, a lot of y'all think that I'm just talking about business. But I'm also talking about fellas. You got a dream woman that you just want to be in. Do you believe that you actually are capable of giving that woman the life that she deserves, giving those children the lives that they deserve? Do you believe that you're a better fit husband for her in comparison to everybody else? If you did, your effort would show that. Peace, Khalil. But the issue that a lot of us have on this journey to our destination we call success, which is typically ambiguous, because a lot of us think that success, it lies in a number, when success lies in a lifestyle. Oh, success does not lie in a number. Success lies in the lifestyle that you believe that you deserve to live. We'll talk about that a little bit. So we talk about believing what you are selling. When I talk about do you believe in what you are selling, the question that I'm asking, do you believe the BS that you're telling yourself, or do you know that it's BS? That's why you keep playing in and out relationships. See, a lot of men play in and out relationships because they don't believe the bullshit that they sell to the ladies. And a lot of the ladies be in and out of relationships because you know you can't keep up what you sold to that man. So that's why the success in your life dealing with family sucks, Because you don't even believe what you're saying that you can offer because you're not committed to it long term. That's the exact same way business works too. If you don't believe wholeheartedly in what you're selling, you won't post videos. You won't do podcasts. You won't go tell everybody about your product. You won't go and tell everybody about what you offer. But if you know, like you know, that what I am doing is good for people, it is valuable, there is nothing like it in the market, and I can put it against anybody's product, and I know I can go toe for toe. That's when you know you got belief in what you're selling, and it's easier for you to focus when you know you believe in you and your ability to accomplish what you say that you can do. But a lot of us struggle with what they call identity crisis, or whatever it's called, identity, whatever. And that identity euphoria, or when you have disbelief in your identity, y'all help me, I don't know what it's called. But when you are struggling with that identity, it's because you don't really believe what you're selling, because most of us have not done it for ourselves. So that's why in scripture says a poor man's words are never heard, they're despised. Not that the poor man doesn't have ability, not that the poor man doesn't have knowledge. The poor man is filled with knowledge and knows how to get out their mess, but they refuse to step out their mess because they don't believe in the mess that they tell themselves. And you cannot outclose somebody if you can't close yourself on you. So when I tell people the private banker society is the best private membership for people that want to absolutely take their life to the next level based on our 4 pillars, when I tell people that, I believe it. When I tell people there is nobody on planet Earth that I believe that actually can teach private banking all the way down to family concepts like Dr. Jake and his team, I believe it. When I tell people that I can help you get to the next level, I can't help you make $1 million tomorrow, but I can teach you how to be a millionaire for the rest of your life. I can do it because I have done it. I have showed other people how to accomplish it. And I believe in myself enough to tell you and to speak on the mountaintops, to go on podcasts, to be willing to contradict myself publicly if I need to, just to prove to you that I am confident in our ability to help you get to the next level. Do y'all see that confidence? Where does that confidence come from? Because I believe in what I'm selling. I am what I am selling, which goes to subset 1A. Are you what you sell? Uh-oh. I know a lot of good people that can sell anybody anything, but they never stay in anything long enough to see the fruits of their labor actually multiply. They quit every time things get tight. Why? Because you only believed in what you were selling when things were going right. Dr. Jake is teaching today. I'm gonna let some of this sizzle in your shit spirit in your shanana. I'm going to let that sizzle in your shanana. If you only believe in what you're selling when things are going good, you don't believe in what you're selling. Ooh. Jake, why does this have to do with focus? Because when Jake lost everything, I believed in what I had. When Jake had nobody to believe in him, I believed in what I had. When nobody understood private banking, I believed in what I had. When my business partner stabbed me in the back, I kept moving forward because I believed in what I had and I believed in what God told me. But a lot of people don't believe what you say that you believe in. That's why you can't stay committed to something and focus long enough. So if you're struggling with focus, ask yourself, do you believe in what you say that you do? And if you do not believe, you need to pivot now. Or you need to sit down and get some proof of concept so that you can build confidence in yourself so that you can believe in what you're selling. I remember when I used to play basketball, y'all. And my coach used to tell me, my coach said, Jacobs. I said, yes, sir. My coach said, Jacobs. I said, yes, sir. He said, I don't care if you go 0 for 14, keep shooting. I said, Coach, why would you believe in me to keep shooting if I go 0 for 14? I remember we were in a tournament game in college, a mid-season tournament game. I was like 1 for 12. I was 1 for 12. I promise you, I was 1 for 12. Terrible game. I had like 3 turnovers that game. I was playing slouchy and sloppy. I had like 5 assists. It was terrible. And I was getting beat on defense. I just was jet lagged or something. And my coach looked me in my eyes. We had the game tied. Coach brought everybody in. He blew his whistle. This is what he did. They blew the whistle. They called a timeout, right? He brought everybody to the huddle. He said, okay, I'm drawing this play for Jacobs. The hot man who had 30 that game told Coach out loud in the huddle. He said, Coach, I'm hot. Why would you get a ball to Jacobs if he's been cold all day? You know what Coach said? Because I believe in him. He said, Dr. Jake be in the gym when y'all be sleeping, smoking. So while you having a hot game, he is the consistent game. So we going to live and die on the shot of Jacobs. He is known to hit those shots. You are not. So we're going to get the ball to Jacobs. I'm 1 for 12, 13, 14. Game on the line. Got the ball to Dr. Jake. And I absolutely drained the shot for us to win and go to the championship. What does this mean? This means that it was easy for Coach to focus on me because he knew I was committed to our destination of winning a championship. And although I wasn't producing, he believed in my ability to produce. So the question to you is, do you believe in your ability? If you do not believe in your ability, then you need to work on what you're selling. Number 2, what keeps your focus is work and counsel. Work and counsel. It does not matter if you don't get the new concept yet. It does not matter if your business isn't turning over yet. It doesn't matter if you haven't hit the revenue goal that you dreamed of yet. If you believe in your product, if you believe in your ability, and if you are stating to yourself that God told you to walk this journey, you got to believe it. And you got to work and get counsel. Work and get counsel. The reason why work and get counsel is important is because when you work, sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes you get overwhelmed and you need counsel to talk you through that problem. Let me tell you the importance of wise counsel, because counsel is not there to celebrate you when things are going well. That is the expectation that counsel has for you if you're executing what you're supposed to execute. Counsel is there for when things not going right. That's what counsel is there for. Counsel is there for when things are not being hit right the way that you thought it would. Because counsel lets you know, oh, I've been there before, you're right on track. Because if you do not seek counsel, you're going to stop moving when you're supposed to keep moving because counsel has been there before. So this is why I tell y'all, stop following people that don't have war wounds. Because what good is it for a little 20-year-old to teach you business if they didn't go through losing their business yet? What good is it for you to deal with somebody that hasn't had to build something from scratch to teach you how to build something from scratch? I don't care if their information makes you everything in line. I will much rather scattered information with wise counsel than perfect information with no counsel. That's why the private banker society is important, because we care more about the counsel than we do of course we got education, but it's the adjusting and the alignment that will keep you moving forward when you want to quit. Counsel gets you through difficulty. They're not there to celebrate your wins. So the goal for you to stay focused is to work and seek counsel. When you win, work and seek counsel. When you lose, work and seek counsel. Why is this important? I learned this in basketball. I got my first triple-double ever in college. It was like 33, 11, and 10. I scored 31 points in the second half, and I was lit. We were playing the number 2 team in our conference. It was a reigning player of the year. It was my freshman year in college. And, he heard about me coming up, and then he was talking crap to me. And I had 2 points and 3 fouls in the first half. So he said, "Oh, this is y'all's king. This is y'all's king." But then, I scored 31 points in the second half. And finished the game with a triple-double. But the point that I'm making, I was excited about the game. I was lit about the game. But do you know what my coach told me? This is what he told me. He said, "We still got to watch film. There's a bunch of areas that you missed on." I'm like, "Coach, what is you saying? I just scored 31 and a half. Triple-double. Giving them work. There's nothing in my game. Film? I'm not finna watch film." Coach said, "Yeah, you are." When Coach was watching film, y'all, in front of the whole entire team, Coach is ripping me apart. "Jacobs, you missed here. Jacobs, missed shot there. Jacobs, you up defensive shot. Jacobs, you da-da-da. Jacobs, you missed here." And what Coach was telling me, you work and get counsel whether you win or lose. And a lot of us are so broken inside. The reason why we stop is because nobody's celebrating us. But if you believe in what you're selling, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You're going to work and seek counsel, because the art of the game goes to number 3. The art of the game goes to number 3. You have to have a commitment to ongoing self-improvement. You have to have a commitment to ongoing self-improvement. And what I am noticing is that a lot of us stop growing because we're chasing a number and not chasing who God is calling us to be. That's why our focus is off. So, matter of fact, how do you call this? You for sale. You for sale. Yeah. That's what it is. You for sale.
I need to pay attention.
Do y'all hear what I'm telling you? When you chase a number and you don't chase who God is calling you to be, you will settle on the number and miss who you were supposed to be. See, the world has made us believe that when you make $1 million, or when you make 6 figures, or when you get this property, or when you get this, that's when you made it. So you chasing $1 million. Once you hit that million, you start slowing down and stop working and stop seeking counsel and you stop self-improving and you get worse. So when you're chasing who you're supposed to be, the numbers are going to show. See, in college, I went on a killing spree. I'm talking about I was scoring 5 straight games. I went 30 straight, 5 straight games, and then the next game I had 10, 12, and 18. Coach brought me into because counsel, right? Because counsel corrects you when you're doing well, and they correct you when you're not doing well. Because the seat of counsel is not to celebrate you, but to be the pruning and the sharpening to help you continue to get better. You're not supposed to like counsel all the time, but you appreciate and you respect it. So Coach said, Dr. Jake, well, I wasn't Dr. Jake at the time. He said, Jacobs, my office. I said, Coach, I get it. I'm not doing well, but we're still winning. And that's all that matters. Winning, I get it. Coach said, Jacob, shut up. I said, oh. He said, do you know why you dropped off so drastically? And if my coach was the leading scorer, is still the leading scorer in the championship tournament in Texas, and went to play at Texas Tech, breaking records. So he had been where I was. So I respected him. Coach said, do you know why? He said, you shooting the same shot. You're getting to your same spots. You've been a gym working the same exact way. Do you know why these last 3 games you're struggling? I said, why? He said, the first 5 or 6 games that you scored 30 straight, you were just playing the game. These last 3 games, you're playing the numbers. Yeah, I'm telling you, I really play basketball in business. That's the only edge I got. I had training. He said, son, when you play the game, you don't care about the numbers. You know your game. If you do your job, you gonna come out on top. But when you play the numbers, you skipping steps. You're not fully committed to the game. You're only thinking about the numbers you can put up, which means you're not getting better. You're drastically getting worse. And a lot of you have the potential of godliness inside of you, but you cannot focus long enough because you're playing life for the numbers and not for the game. So we look for shortcuts, no adversity. We're not reading what the market and opportunities and the job is giving us. We just want to say, okay, what's the quickest way for me to make $10,000 this month? What's the quickest way for me to pay my bills? We're playing for the numbers and not for the game. Play for the game. I'm in business. I'm looking at the market. I'm studying the market. When we try to play for the numbers, you go to the course and you just do the course and be like, man, the course not working. The course don't work for me. This mentor don't work for me. This counsel don't work for me. Do you know why it's not working? Because you're not committed to studying the game. You're not committed to getting better. You just want the points so that you can be celebrated, not the game so that they can dedicate your life to you. I want to be dedicated, not celebrated. I want to be dedicated to what God has for me. I don't want to be celebrated and fall short of who I was supposed to become. And when I begin to start seeing that, I begin to start understanding it's not who you surround yourself that changes your life. It's who you connect yourself to counsel that changes your life. Because it's your counsel that will give you understanding of why your team is not good for you. You can't see that yourself because you don't know where you're going enough to see outside of the game. Which takes me to number 4. You want to associate with a community of accountability. Oh, you want to associate with a community of accountability. You want to associate with a community of accountability. Why? When you're in a community of accountability, you have peers that are on the same playing field as you. That's your teammates. And when they move, you move. And when you move, they move. And there's the collectiveness of the community that creates a family. Because I don't go by the definition of family by we got the same mama and daddy. I go by the definition of family based on the definition of a society. And a society is a community, nation, or broad grouping of people who have the same common traditions, understand the same institutions, and have a collectiveness in activities and interests, morals, beliefs, and focus. So that's why we created the Private Banker Society. It's a community of like-minded people that want to restore their focus, restore their family, restore their finances, and restore their faith. It's a community of people that know it's not just about money, and it's not just about family, and it's not just about, it's the collective of it all. And everyone striving and pulling each other forward to get better. The counsel is not your teammate. Your counsel is not your friend. Your counsel is the thing that hurts you. It's the one that calls you out. It's the one that makes you feel uncomfortable. It's the one that calls your BS. It's the one that you always mad at because they never really celebrate you. It's the one that when it's all said and done, you will cry about because you realize that they were in charge of pruning you. Brother Khalil said, I will find my teammates in the Private Banker Society. Absolutely. We got to understand that. And when we understand that, it's easy for us to realize that who I call my teammate. Your family member is your teammate. Your spouse is your teammate. Who I call my teammate will dictate how far we go. See, they always use the commonality, surround yourself with 4 broke people and you'll be broke. Surround yourself with 5 broke, you'll be, let me tell you why. Nobody explains. Because you are the consumption of your team. So if one of your teammates are not committed to moving forward in the same way, that's all it takes for you not to win the championship. So when we talk about focus is important because it goes to here. Then we're going to close this section, y'all. This is going to be a 3-part series because I still got some more to give you. So I want y'all to write this success formula down. This is a formula that everybody can master and write. And I actually wrote this up. That's why nobody has it. You can't find it on the internet because God gave it to me. Focus times faith times effort equals success. Now, let me explain to you what faith is. We know that faith without works is dead. But faith is to believe that who you want to become and what you want to have is already done. So faith is to believe that it's already done and to work today as if you are already there. This is why I tell people you become $1 million before you make $1 million. Because in order for you to get here, you must become here now. So when I say faith is to believe it's already done, but to work as if you are already there, that means what characteristics, what type of family do I hang around? Who is my counsel? How do I manage my emotions if I'm ever to become this person? And you become that person today so that you're guaranteed to become that person tomorrow. That's what faith is. That's why in scripture, Jesus said, why are y'all babbling like a fool and unbelievers? Because if I believe that I am healed, what do I do if I'm healed? I eat better. I work out. I keep myself in a great mindset. I do not let myself take in the habits of what made me ill. I become a new person today. But when you don't believe that, you can never become that. So let's go back to the success formula. Success formula. For an example, if you give, let me show y'all how easy it is for you to understand. So say focus. Focus is not just your ability to perform at a high level one day. It's your ability to perform at a high day every day, even when nothing is showing up on the table. So say, for an example, you have 50% focus. 50% focus on who you were to become. Now, when it comes to your effort, well, if you have 50% focus, let's say you got a 50% effort, and your faith is always in reflection of your effort. So 50% effort. You cannot have 100% effort, and you cannot have 50% effort and 100% faith. Faith without works is dead. Works is based on effort. Effort is based on activity. Activity is based on results. So a lot of people say, man, I got 100% faith that God is going to do this. But your effort does not say that you do. God is mathematics. He ain't spirit. It ain't no whatever. So if I got 50% focus, 50% effort, and 50% faith, if you multiply 50% times 50% times 50%, you have a 12.5% chance. You have a 12.5% chance of succeeding. Y'all, when God showed me this formula, I got serious quick. When God showed me this formula, he said, son, you ain't never gonna win. Let me show you. You may say, okay, Jake, what if I got 95% focus? Jake, what if I got 95% focus, 95% effort, and 95% faith? You only got an 85% chance of succeeding. So when people be like, man, I'm a win. I'm a win. The reason why you won't never win is because in order for you to, people ask me, Jake, how do you know this is going to work? Jake, how do you know this, you're going to hit this goal? Because I know the formula of success that God gave me. If I'm 100% focused, no distractions. If I have 100% effort, and I have 100% faith, you have a 100% chance of succeeding. No matter what people say, no matter what the markets say, if you are all in, no matter what, you are guaranteed to win. But the problem that a lot of us have is that you're not all in on you. I couldn't even get through all 4 pillars today. I got to cut it off. I got 3 more parts. You are not all in on you. And it's really mathematical. If you're supposed to post 5 posts a day and you only post 2, divide 2 into 5, that'll give you a percentage. That's what your focus was today. That's what your effort was. If you were supposed to be not distracted for 8 hours, but you were distracted 3 of the 8, guess what? 3 divided into 8, that gives you a percentage. That's your percentage of focus for the day. And when you begin to use mathematics to adjust your success rate, you're going to realize that can't nobody in hell stop you from succeeding but you. I don't give a dak rat if it's the recession. I don't give a dak rat if it's the depression. I don't give a dak rat if you're divorced. I don't give a dak rat if you're single with 5 children. I don't give a rat's butt if you feel like the God forsaking you. I don't give a rat's tail if you out in the world by yourself homeless. If you give 100% focus with the determination to get to a destination, if you provide 100% effort, and you have 100% in faith, you are guaranteed to win. Nicole said, wow, this is a great breakdown, Dr. J. So I said all this to say this. I said all that to say this. There's no angel in the sky. There is no spook God. There is no man that's coming to save you. You got to do it for yourself. And you got to look yourself in the eye every single day. And ask yourself, are you committed to the success formula? If you're supposed to be studying an hour or 2 hours a day, study an hour or 2 hours a day. Effort doesn't take anything but just doing what you say to yourself you're going to do. By default, you're guaranteeing your success rate. And contrary to popular belief, having full faith doesn't always feel good. It's the commitment to the destination that you're just faithful in. I don't know where I'm going, God, but I'm faithful. I'm going to keep doing the work. I'm going to keep seeking counsel. I'm going to keep doing the work. I'm going to keep seeking counsel. I'm going to keep doing the work, and I'm going to keep seeking counsel. Faith is to believe that it's already done and to work as if I'm already there. I don't know how long this destination that God has me on. I don't know how long I'm going to be in this process. I don't know how long God has you on your journey to prune you from your bad habits. I don't know the length of time, because a lot of us look at everybody else's roadmap or roadway different. If you got more pruning on you because you haven't been committed to ongoing self-improvement, your roadway is a little bit longer than somebody that's been committed to self-improvement every day. So stop worrying about the length of time and start worry about those three things. Am I focused? Am I putting 100% effort in executing what I'm supposed to execute? And do I have full faith in where God is taking me? If the answer is yes on all three, you're guaranteed to win. The timeline, the when you get there doesn't matter. Because what matters in this world is the progression of you. And I have never met a broke man or woman that is fully committed to executing on all four levels of the pillars: on your focus, on your family, on your finances, and on your faith. Next episode, we're going to be talking about the restoring of your family and the structure of why focusing on that second pillar of family is also critical. So we're going to shut the bank vault door. We're going to shut the bank vault door. And I'm going to say, I'll see you on the next episode of Private Bankers Society. If you're not part of Private Banking Society, you probably try to figure out how to get involved in one of the best private communities on the planet that's teaching you every element of success, not just money.